So let me drop you, God, and let me get you the God in our lives. So that's the reason why that God wanted him to say what he needed to say to Nineveh. And so now, at this time, the Lord had arranged for a great fish, some say whale, to swallow Jonah. And Jonah was inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. That is kind of ironic. 3 days, 3 nights. Hung on the cross, died, buried, resurrected, woke up early in the morning. Early one Sunday morning. Oh, Lord. I said I wasn't going to do that, y'all. But while Jonah was in the fish for 3 days and 3 nights, he prayed and he prayed. Father, I stretch my hands to thee. No other God I know. Oh, Lord, I want you to know today that with the Lord on your side, who shall you fear? Just like Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And if you think that you are having problems, I guarantee you can go to Matthew 11:29. It said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. For I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. And then he goes on again and say, for my yoke is easy and my burdens are light. Oh Lord, if you feel that the Lord is calling you, just stand still and listen to his voice. Oh Lord, I want you to know that God is calling you. He has a task designed for you. Just like Moses had a task ahead of him. He thought he couldn't do it because he had a speech impediment. But the Lord said, don't worry about that. I've got your back. Don't worry about that. They are going to hear you. Oh, Moses, I promise. Just like Job, a perfect and upright man who knew the Lord is his God. He knew even though his health had faded, even though his family had died, even though his riches were gone, he still blessed the Lord at all times. He knew that God is a good God, that God is a just God, that God is a great God. And he knew that if he kept his hand in the Lord's hand, that he would carry him through. And in doing that, Job was even more prosperous than before. His health was even restored. Oh, Lord, so I want you to know that if you feel like your back is against the wall, if you feel like everything just keep on happening to you, I promise, coming from me, that it is the Lord trying to speak to you. So why don't you turn the volume back on your GPS? I guarantee it's gonna be all right, even though the time I accepted my call, that it seemed like trouble was following me everywhere. I found that God, his yoke is easy. Because I know if I wasn't hooked up with him, I'd probably be laying in my grave. I probably would have took my own life. But he said, my burdens are easy. Yes, yes they are. So I want you to know, listen for the call. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But I want you to know that we are all going to go through trials and tribulations. We're going to all go through some things in life. I'd rather go through some things in life with God on my side. Yeah, it may seem like a hellacious storm, but just like Jesus, when he was on the ship with the disciples, when the seas were shaking the ship, he was sleeping because he knew that everything was all right. And I want you to know that if you will go on and heed to the call, that it's going to be all right. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And then once you heed to the call, you'll sit there and say, I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven done sign my name. Good Lord, say I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven done sign my name. I stepped in the water, but the water was cold. The angel in heaven done. They chilled my body and not my soul. The angels in heaven done sign my name. Oh, if you don't believe I've been redeemed, then follow me down to Jordan stream. Help me say, now sing it like you mean it. Say, don't you want to be changed? Aren't you tired of going through what you've been going through? I know I've been changed. Say, Oh, Lord. Hey, the angels. Oh, Lord. The angels in heaven. Oh, Lord. Just open up your ear and listen to the Lord. Heaven done. I guarantee your life will be much easier. Just go on and heed to the call. The angels.
Every heart say amen. Oh, come on, say it like you mean it. Come on, let's give the hand for this preach on this evening. Amen. Amen. You ought to look at somebody and say there's a blessing in the call. You ought to look again at your neighbor and tell them God knows just what he's doing. Amen. After hearing this word this afternoon, maybe there's somebody here that really don't know him. Maybe there's somebody here that really don't know him, and we want to give you an opportunity to make that decision. It is about a decision. God has given us free will, freedom of choice. Nobody can make you, but God has a way of navigating circumstances, situation, even people and things to bring you around. Would you stand up all over the building? If you're here today, we want you to come.